It took me a second. There's well, I'm just playing around with some of these things. They changed the studio on me in Restream. Don't get me wrong. I am not mad that they did because uh, I can already tell some of the features that they added are things that we really enjoy, or the things that we were requesting. So I'm pretty happy with what we have right now. So uh, thank you to Restream for listening to us. Which I was in a couple of their lives where we were giving active feedback. So good morning, good morning. I hope everyone brought your coffee. I slept in. I'm not one who normally sleeps in, but today I did sleep in a little bit, and yeah, so that's why this is going a little bit later than normal. I'm not going to be streaming all morning. For those of you who follow me in the What the Hales groups, so I am right now in a timeout. I posted something that was not nudity. It was a woman clothed, but you could see a silhouette, and they said that was nudity. So I'm on restriction. I am appealing. I don't really care. Here's my thing: if they shut down my Facebook, I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit. Um, yeah, I like my Facebook account was it predates the show, and I did not know I would be doing what I currently am doing. Um, so sorry, I'm just cleaning up some stuff here. I didn't know I'd be doing a lot of this stuff. So I there we go. So I had stuff on. I've got stuff on my Facebook. Like it's like young family members, children who are not my own, stuff like that. That was already posted. So when I started this, I put my Facebook page to private because I knew people would reach out to me on Facebook. Uh, so I generally do not add people onto my Facebook unless if I've met you in person. Um, so that was girl, shame on you, Mike. It was hilarious. I won't lie, it was hilarious. Uh, I don't care if they take down my Facebook. Like Facebook to me is I'm not, okay. I'm partially in Facebook jail. I can't post to groups. Here's the thing, though. I'm not worried about that. I am not worried. We do have enough of the support squad that I am in touch with. That yeah, we can get posts up there if I need be if need be. Not worried. Not worried about any of this crap. Facebook is just drama anyway. That's why I'm on there just shit posting. Those of you that follow me, you know that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to there. Camera's level now. Got my hand slapped. I don't care. I don't care. I care more about the other social media for the show. Uh, let's see, X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble. I care more about that stuff. Facebook is not the future. Facebook is a dying medium, and that's why I don't care about it. Like Facebook has made themselves irrelevant, and what Facebook does is it. I just realized the microphone is really far away, and with the new things, I can't see my audio levels. I'm glad that I can tell you guys. Yeah, it's a shame that no one has tried to restart MySpace because MySpace would blow Facebook out of the water. Like MySpace was great. Um, Facebook is it's too limiting. It's reactive. It's 100% reactive. Oh, thank you, Max Lab. I appreciate you. Um, uh, yeah, we got. It's too reactive. Facebook is trying to do what everybody else does, and they do it badly. Like when Periscope came out, and that's when Facebook was like, "Oh, we'll do these live things," and now they're doing Reels the way that Instagram and TikTok started. And at least like when YouTube copies stuff, they do it pretty good. Facebook, it's like we have to do it first, and they don't do a good job of it. So Facebook went well. Yeah, Facebook has done themselves so much damage. So do I do I I used to have the big audience on Facebook. I had 10,000 people watching me when I started doing the show. Um, but you know, that's fine. I don't need a ton of people watching the show. I do laugh at some of these accounts coming after me. The one I pointed out, he's 11. His channel is 11 years old. He's only got 1,000 more subscribers than us. And I'm just like, and this is a guy who's doing it to pay his bills. I don't get any of the money that comes here. I don't get. I don't use. It all goes back to the nonprofit and what the nonprofit does. Like Disney. Yeah, Disney's being horribly run right now, but uh, Elon Musk, he's driving the price of Disney down so that he can become he won't own it, but he'll be a big enough shareholder to be able to turn Disney back around again. Facebook, I think Facebook is just gone. Facebook was started with CIA money, just FYI. MySpace was a woke place to be, and sadly not safe to be honest. True, but it had good features. It really did have good features. Facebook does not have good features. X is getting better. If you guys aren't on X, oh my God, X is getting to be fun again. Which I do have my X up here. I'm going to retweet out. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something. Oh wait, no, that's not okay. It's not what I thought it was. Okay, sorry about that. I'm on my X right now, and oh, we got people retweeting us out already. I'm gonna retweet it, repost it. Boom, boom. So there we go. How many people we got watching on X right now? Do we have any? Well, we got 37 views already. Okay. But we got we got people on X right now. X is getting better. They really are thinking about what will make the experience on X better. So it's day and night as compared to when before Elon bought it. It's the wild wild west. It really used to be. It's getting back to that in a good way, meaning free speech. You can say what you really want. Facebook abuse reporting sucks. Oh yeah. That's how all of these social medias, when they went woke, they put in all these rules that could arbitrarily just be, broken and used for nefarious means. But X is getting so much better. They're responsive. I love that. They really need to have more of a back and forth. That's one thing I like about YouTube is you can have a back and forth with the people at the customer service. Don't know if you know about that. But yeah, so YouTube's getting better with that. X is just getting more responsive, and that's a good thing. Please put on the whiteboard, buckle up, Bruce. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Where is my... There we go. We got buckle. Bruce. There we go. Buckle up, Bruce. I'm not the greatest when it comes to penmanship, but I do okay. I got a 30-day ban on Facebook for saying boys have cooties to my niece. See, it's just that it's stupid and arbitrary, and it ruins everybody's experience. Oh, that was a little bit too much. There we go. Spawn Trooper, you were hilarious the other day. Oh, Spawn Trooper is really funny. I enjoy Spawn Trooper. Also, for shopping list, add sea salt and table salt for all the salty bitches. Yeah, lots of salty people in there. And that's one thing I find funny about like all the crap that they're doing. Oh, I'm gonna repost Tug. There are several accounts that I have on notification for Twitter because I follow lots of people back. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back. If I'm not following you on Twitter, send me a DM. Tell me to follow you back. I'll follow you back. But my timeline gets very full. I'm not complaining about. What I do is I do two things. I put notifications on people, and then I start lists. What I really need to do is I need to start a list of fans of the show so I can start going through you guys. But I go through several, and I think you can see the list that I'm following on X. In fact, there is a problem though. I've got a conspiracy theorist list that I cannot get rid of. It's stuck in my upper tabs. I dropped it a long time ago, but it's still stuck there, and I can't get it out. So I'm gonna have to message Twitter support. I wish they were as responsive as YouTube. We're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, happy September. Yeah, last night's video of Larry was great. You can't use following for stalking. I don't want to stalk anybody unless you're hot. I don't. If you're hot and you post sexy pictures, it doesn't have to be nudes. I will follow you. I give my friend Astrid a bunch of crap on Twitter. She is an actual adult film actress, but just the sweetest person. And she's a Navy vet, and that's how I started following her. It was around Veterans Day. She posted pictures of her in her Navy uniform, and I started following her and had we had a nice back and forth about the Navy and stuff because I asked her what ship was she on. She was actually on amphib ships, and me being a logistics officer, those are normally the ones that we were on. So that's how we became friends. And then a couple of days later, she posted a scene from one of her movies, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." But yeah, she's a good person. So if you don't mind some risque content, go follow Astrid Star. She's just a great person, incredible human being, and her and I have a lot of fun on X. Me and Tug, we've had some fun back and forths. I've been following Tug for a long time, so I really am humbled that he invited me on his show. If you guys are not following that umbrella guy, he's good. There's a couple other people that I really enjoy. I started following Uncivil Law and Legal Mindset some time ago, and that brought me into LawTube. I'm trying to think all the LawTubers. So those two, Tug. I found DUI guy. I found him through First Amendment and Second Amendment auditors. I really love the Armed Fisherman. I love his videos. I never miss one. He's one of those guys I've got notifications on whenever he comes out with a new video. He's really fighting for people's rights down there in Florida. But that's how I started following Larry. The whole thing with What the Hales is what brought Megan Fox to me, because I wasn't following her beforehand. But I had read her articles before. I didn't realize that, and I was going through her articles the one day, looking at what she had, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Megan Fox is cool. She's very funny. I really enjoy her. Uh, uh, I do like following some of these cases, and that's just it's the journalist in me. The court cases are always interesting, and at that point, you know, it's easy journalism. That's all these journalists. They all come in like I can't tell you how many people wanted to be investigative journalists when I was in school. And for me, it was like, no, I just want to write about things. I was doing sports journalist, and sports journalism is known as lazy journalism. Uh, but I'd worked for a football team. I'd done a lot of stuff with sports before, and I was like, okay, sports journalism is okay. Um, get to watch get to watch some stuff, um, but really, that's when I discovered going to court and writing about court stuff. And it's so easy to do. Like any journalist who's not saying, no, I want to go to court, because I mean, all the facts are already there. You don't have to do any investigating. All you're doing is, oh, this is what they introduced in evidence. This is what happened today. Like you don't have to. It is the easiest articles to write because you don't have to research anything. It's all right there in front of you. You're just telling people, here's what happened. Um, whereas with like other stuff like accidents and I'm trying to think. Hi, hi, pretty girl. Dog wants attention. With like accidents or with other stuff, you have to go track down sources. Um, I will not say I'm not lazy. I'm 100% lazy. But that's the good thing about me doing this show. Is me doing this show, I get people now who reach out to me. I've got my whole playlist, Corrupt Macagsy. And Macagsy is the Marine Base 29 Poems. I've got that whole playlist in there. All those stories were things that people brought to me. Almost every single one. I did a couple on things that happened to me, and uh, I just reported on them. And next thing you know, I've got people sending me. And now, you know, I've talked about before. I've got some powerful people trying to shut down the show, and I don't mean these crap streamers, like people with titles. That if I told you these titles, you'd be like, "Whoa, yeah, that's a big title." Like, a big position trying to get this show shut down, um, and it's not going to happen. That's why people like Brucey and Snail. These guys, they don't. They think they bother me. They don't. Like that's why I'm just making fun of them. I will make fun of them to their face every day, all day long. Don't forget Wednesday is the hearing in Levy County with the new judge. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I need to figure out. I was trying to do it today, but it was not easy. So, Veteran Nation, I actually do for the Veteran Nation Foundation. I do have a Facebook account for, and I'm trying to add it onto my phone so I can switch back and forth between my account and then the Facebook or the Veteran Nation. Hal Sellers is a beach, big fat hot beach. Oh yeah. I wonder how his jaw is. Wait till you guys see that video. Dude attacked me from behind and got rocked. I rocked him in the next world. Don't put your hands on me. Funny how two fleas are doing the same thing. Absolutely. All these guys, they're all they're doing stuff, and then you can't do that. And they're doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and it's like they're just dummies. Roblox player, howdy. Is Roblox player who I think it is? Is that my niece? I don't know. My niece plays Roblox. No Deuce likes riding coattails any way he can. He's a leech. Oh, all these people are leeches. They come after me and call me a grifter. I don't get any of the money. All the money for views goes to the nonprofit. I don't want the money. I'm fine. I'm stable. Um, So I'm fine. All the money goes to the nonprofit. I am happy. That's why I started the nonprofit, so that I could actually help people. All these people are paying their freaking bills. They're all paying their bills. So yeah, they're just crap people. But yet they call me the grifter. It's like, whatever. So that's why it doesn't bother me. Like, I just laugh about it. Oh, we got flipping adventures in the house. You, Andy, you're thinking last month for Ohio. Is Mandy in the chat? Oh, I see Mandy. Okay. Hi, Mandy. I do. Okay. So I did update the map for the international people. That video is going to be going out. I've got it on my phone. I got to schedule it to come out. I got to do another American video. Man, you guys just you're filling this thing up. There ain't a veteran that's stable. That's right, Eric. But I'm stable enough. I've been working on my PTSD for years. That's why women don't like me, because I'm stable, I'm secure, I'm sane, and I'm trying to think. Stable, secure, sane, and sober. I'm sober too. That's the other thing. So none of the women out here, like the dating, they all go for poor, mentally ill meth heads. There's not a lot of quality people out here, men or women. Won't that Scott lawyer be held liable for filing a false claim? He can be, depending on what they try to get it as. Like they can turn around and sue them under several different laws. I don't think they're going to. Just get a map that you can see the countries like Cheshire, Merseyside, etc. No, I just have the international one. I know where Mersey is. So yeah, I mean, I'm putting stuff on there. 29 Palms is a unique area. That's a mouthful right there. You're saying a lot. Yeah, I don't go to the 7-Eleven here in town because there's always homeless drug addicts there, and all they're gonna do is harass you. All they're gonna do. I see I got a couple new followers, so let me get in here and start following you all. Yes, 21 days from the response. Yep. Do we have a date for that? A court date for that yet? I might have to look that one up. I know Jeremy has court on Wednesday, but do we have a court date for the one with the false, the what do you call it? The fraudulent, no, the frivolous lawsuit. Do we have a court date for that yet? So not for the frivolous. Okay. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Good morning, Melissa. I was in Melissa's stream last night. That was fun. I did join the Discord. I haven't been in there that much yet. I just so much social media. I'll be happy if my Facebook gets shut down because it's one less social media thing that I have to follow. Shockett sent a response of 30 days. Yeah, but is there a court date though? Because there could be a court date still. So Wednesday is for the TPO. Yeah, well, for the injunction. Yes. There is a Veteran Nation Foundation Facebook account. You guys can all follow that one. You can add that one as a friend. I need to add that one onto my phone. I got to figure out how to do it. Because right now it wants me to add it as a connected account, and I don't want to do that. Don't think Everyone has been served yet. Okay. Ooh, maybe I'll. Okay, I got an idea. I might do. Um, Mike, once you're done, check DM. Also, I'm happy to announce I have publicly court is a hypocrite, and we'll announce it in the Wall Journal for Monday. Who's court? Are Are you talking about Snail? Oh yeah, there you go. There's the Veteran Nation Facebook. You guys can all add that one. I'll definitely put in there. Sent docket, Mike. Oh, okay. You sent me the docket. I would imagine on Facebook. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me download that. Okay, putting it up here and let me share this. Share. Actually, where? Oh, sorry. I'm messing around with stuff. They put scenes up. No, I'm looking for side by side. No, there we go. Okay. If I zoom in, will that? I don't like that. Hold on. Oh, I'll have to do it like that. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in. So, okay, order of reassignment to Judge Davis. Okay. Motion for extension of time. Okay. But did we have. So we did not have a hearing on this one. The judge was assigned. Summons assessed. So I don't see a hearing on that one. Just right now we're in motions, and that's okay. That happens. Um, so yeah. So right now only in motions. There is this one here. Is this one? I don't think DJ Redis has been in Canada. Oh yeah, no, I don't think so either. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. So we don't have a court date yet on that one, from what I can tell, looking at the court documents. Um, uh, I I love. Okay, I want to talk. So Snail threatened to dox me. He's like, "I got your full docs. I'm gonna post it." It's like, dude, you realize I do a show. Like I do a show. And my full docs was already out there. I've already talked about the stolen valor guys who they determined I was stolen valor not because I actually was in the military, but just because they were like they just didn't like me, and they were like, "You claim to be a combat veteran." I'm like, "Yeah, because I am a combat veteran." And those guys were like, "You don't have a combat action badge," and I'm like, "Well, I'm a Marine, so I would have gotten a combat action ribbon." Uh, but no, I did not rate a combat action ribbon. I was a FOBIT. But that doesn't mean I'm not a combat veteran. According to the VA, if you served in a combat zone, you are a combat veteran. Doesn't matter if you got a combat action ribbon, combat action badge. That none of that matters. So those guys, those guys kept coming after me, and after a couple of them, one got fired, another one was forced to retire, and then I got their website shut down. They backed away. They still will say nasty things about me from time to time. I don't care. I don't care. So Snail got information from them, and like he posts the stuff like it's gonna bother me. It's like you do realize I posted that. Like you're taking old screenshots of stuff I posted. Like I stand by it. Thank you for helping veterans. I wish you were around 2017. My son served Iraq, and up to 2022 came back with severe PTSD. Yeah. It took me a while. That was when I was still very early in my PTSD PTSD journey. They didn't issue one for the Navy folks. So when the rules for combat action badge, combat action ribbon changes periodically. When I was there, you had to take fire and return fire. That was the rules. Now, and also at that time, if you ran over an IED, nothing. Very early on, if you ran over an IED, yeah, you got that stuff. But they felt too many people were getting it for running over IEDs, I guess. I think if your convoy was hit, you should get a combat action ribbon or a combat action badge. Yeah, I mean, you were outside the wire. You were at risk of getting hurt. So that was my thoughts on it, but it's all politics when you get into the stuff. We should be giving out the Medal of Honor way more. Way more. I do want to go over. We do have a second draft. One of the fans of the show wanted to work on the second draft of the Attorney General's stuff, and I said sure. So we have a second draft of it. So I do want to go over that because I'm going to try to get that out before the end of the week. There's no rush on this stuff. I know people are like, "Oh, is it done yet?" There's no rush. Okay. I would much rather get it done right than rush it out. Normally, for other things, when we're talking about, action, normally, yeah, you do. Like normally, I'll say those guys are the snowflakes that live for receiving participation trophies, right? Yeah, normally I say a 95% plan executed violently is going to be better than a 100% plan executed later. Normally, that is 100% true, but we're talking about corruption and things that do have legal things tied to them. So because of that, there's no rush. We're not in a statute of limitations thing. I want to get it right. 101 people watching. I've got 134 people watching. When I was on yesterday streaming from the iPad, it topped, like, it told me that 54 people were watching, and then when I had the problems of being able to get on camera, I then switched to my phone, and that had 127 people watching. So, I was just like, okay. Only 48 thumbs up smash. Yeah, everyone please smash the like, thumbs up, all that stuff. But really, I'm happy with the comments. On some of the things you guys have been leaving me comments, those actually help. They help get the video put in front of people. I know Jeremy says only the views count, and that's true. When you're talking about money, when you're talking about the size of your thing, only the views really do count. But your comments and your thumbs up, that little sidebar on YouTube, it tells people who to put it in front of. So I appreciate you guys for doing that stuff. For a smaller account like this, makes a difference. For a big account like Jeremy, they're going to put his stuff in front of people anyway. Hubby was not allowed to go to Vietnam, was put stateside, decommissioning ships. I would love, and I've suggested this before, me, Eric, and Brett Granger, we talked about doing a stream together, couple veterans, just a one-time thing, talking about living in an RV, because all of us have lived in RVs. And, for me, it was a great life. I had to move. That's why I don't live in my RV anymore. It's out next to my house. And I get people, like right now, I've got my friend, Miss Angel. She's in there right now. I've had other friends. Hey, I'm moving. I'm in between places. Can I stay in your RV? Yeah, it's big enough. It's a big RV. I actually might be moving it to either Big Bear or Havasu, though. That might be my plan. Have a little weekend getaway home. But who knows? Maybe I've had my one friend try to talk me into moving it to Alpine. What they were doing, they were like, if you move it to Alpine, we'll pay the lot rent, and then you can use it one weekend, we'll use it the other weekend. I'm like, I might do that. Please do that stream. Yeah. We got to find out when Madam Mayor and Brett will not be traveling, because that's why it didn't happen. Is because they were like, we're going to be on the road, and I'm like, it's fine. But there are things that people need to know. People want to go into RVs. Don't smash with love and care. Smash with furious disgust. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you for your service from Massachusetts. Very nice. Thank you. I got my coffee this morning. I need to order more Indies coffee. This might be the last bit of mine, so I need to order it. But I did get some. I was at Costco yesterday, and I did get a big bag of beans because I do ground my own from time to time, and beans never go bad. Find a place up 359 or 395 past Bishop. I'll have to look at where that's at. She doesn't know how to do anything else. She makes her living from grifting. I had one buddy try to talk me into putting my trailer up on Lake Mead, so then I've got a place in Vegas. But I actually, when I go to Vegas, I do like staying on the Strip. Move an RV closer to the Sholo. That place is growing in popularity of late. Where's Sholo at? Did you watch the Rick Gore? I posted it to you. I'm sorry, Carol. Where'd you post it at? I don't remember seeing it. I may have it. I may have seen it. It just doesn't jump out to me. And some of us veterans with our memory issues, I'm no different. Northern Arizona. Oh, okay. So I have people who've talked to me about Fort Mojave, which is right across from right across from Laughlin. Those are nice cities on the river. Do like that. I do like Northern Arizona. I like Williams. Everyone talks about Sedona. Sedona's okay. It's okay. I really do like it. It's a nice place to visit. It's a beautiful town. Red Rock Canyon National Park, beautiful. But I actually like Flagstaff quite a bit. I believe the place I stayed up there is Camp Verde. I've stayed there. Very nice. So I do like that part of Arizona. I actually, if I leave here, I do like the desert. Don't get me wrong. I'm an Ohio boy, and I like not being around humidity. I can take the heat. I thought about also Boulder City, moving up there. But if I do that, I'll leave 29 Palms and build a house up there or buy a house. Out. I don't want to be around people, so I'll do just like what I have here. Have a spread of land with a compound. That's why people. Oh, I'm going to post your docs. I'm going to post where you live. This is a castle doctrine state. You come on my property, I can take lethal action if I believe you're here to hurt me or my property. And trust me, lots of desert where I'm at. You guys have seen some of the walk and talks. I can see people coming from a mile away. And like I've got big windows. There's a big window here. There's big windows there. Trust me, I can see. I heard from Lloyd? No, I have not. Lloyd does not have to reach out to me. He doesn't. I just want him to talk to a VSO or somebody that will help him do a claim because he should be paid more money. He doesn't have. He's got my number. He's got my info. He doesn't have to reach out to me if he doesn't want to. I just want someone to help him. So if it's someone in Massachusetts, someone in Mass, give him a hand. Yes, I did block Deuce. He is blocked on Facebook and he is blocked on YouTube. Got to go old school Vegas Mafia on their butts. Flagstaff is awesome, but the local government is nuts. Is this one I need to start doing stories on? Are they corrupt? I've heard Truckee, California. I've had people like approach me about that, but I don't live up there. So it's harder for me to do stories on places I don't live, unless if there's people there willing to feed me information. And if people send me information, I'll do the story. I generally will do the story, unless if I think it's something that they will get in trouble for. It, like there's a guy out there. He's an Air Force veteran. He's got a problem with Jeremy. He messaged me and was like, he ripped me off and did all this stuff. And I said, you can send me whatever you want on it. And when I look through, like a lot of it is a lot of it's all accusations. Like he's got proof to back it up, but none of it is clear facts, right? It's all what do they call it? When when you prosecute someone but you don't have proof of the crime, it begins with a C. Uh, they said it about OJ, that it was all these other facts lead up to this is likely what the crime was. Not conspiracy, but what is the? I got Rick Gore's site, X-Mill, X-Cop. Oh, that the Dirty Rick who was in here. um, what is circumstantial evidence? Yeah, it was all circumstantial evidence, and he wants me to print that. I am not printing that. I am not. What I told him, he apparently had a lawsuit at one point where he was defending himself pro se and dropped it. And I said, look, here's what you need to do, dude. You need to get if you really want this story out there, you need to get yourself an attorney. You have to file in court, and then only then do interviews and do them with your attorney or let your attorney do them. Yeah, circumstantial evidence is what I was looking at, but I am not sticking my neck out for people. Like, if you believe Jeremy ripped you off and did all these bad things and you can prove it, well then show me the proof. I'll look at it, and if it's damning, I didn't see anything in there where it was like, okay, it was like everything was like these people did this and they were working with him and he did this and through this, and it was like there's no smoking gun there, and I can't go to print with that. Uh, I'm not going to let give Jeremy the ability to sue me. Are you out of your mind? Um, yeah. So that's what I told the guy. And I do get people like that where all they really want to do is defame someone without like they for sure did this. Here's the proof of it, or I've seen this that proves it, or I'm trying to think like if it's something where it's like, okay, it's clear, but this was all like through intermediaries type thing. No, I'm take that to Sharp. People like Sharp who post conjecture, take that to her. Let her deal with that lawsuit. I'm not dealing with it. But if he files in court, I can talk about court all day long. And as you saw, I'm not afraid to have people on, people who don't agree with me. I'll bring on a lawyer and debate him. His show is called Good Luck America. That's Rick's show. Is he on YouTube? Hold on, let's take a look. Let's see if he's on YouTube. Good Luck America. Okay. Oh, wait, is this the guy that was talking smack about me? Is this the guy that said he hoped to see me in prison? No. I'm trying to see. This guy actually has a pretty decent following if this is him. you're successful, there's always someone that wants to take you down. Oh, that's absolutely true. The whole thing with them, never any real proof, all lip service. Yeah, like it's like Lynette. Oh, here he posted this, but this is not true, and I'm telling you it's not true. Debunked. It's like that doesn't debunk anything. That's just you saying it's not true. Okay, you can say it's not true. People will report that. Rumble after his live show. Okay, so I got to go to Rumble. So, and it's called Good Luck America. There's a Good Luck America on YouTube. That guy actually has a pretty good following. Kind of looks like the same guy. It kind of looks like the same guy. What is it with these old dudes doing shows from their garage? I keep asking that. They all do shows from their garage. Are their wives kicking them out of the house or something? Like, I'm not trying to be down on these guys. I just don't get it. Like, jealousy is the green-eyed monster. I mean, here's the thing, and I clipped this and I put it in one of the groups last night. DUI guy said it best. He was doing a message to Bruce, but really it's a message to all these guys. When you put only negativity in the world, yeah, people like drama. You're gonna grow, but you're gonna have a ceiling. Like most people they get tired of the hate, and you see that with Jeremy. People are like, do more storage videos. Like people don't like the hate. So, it is what it is. You can do all hate stuff, but no one's gonna care about you. That's why that guy going after me, he's been doing his show for 11 years. He only has 1,000 subscribers more than me. Like like Ray Bone Crusher. I mean, I'd seen Ray's stuff way before DUI guy put him up. I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, okay. Look, because he was doing anti-Jeremy stuff, but he wasn't like overly like. This was when it was still discussing the 2-inch pipe and all that stuff. It wasn't. It was kind of anti-Jeremy, not overly anti-Jeremy, which that's fine. You don't have to agree with everything Jeremy says. I definitely don't do that. When is visiting time, Mike? Visiting time what, for the prison? I don't know what you mean there, Spawn. But yeah, I have noticed it's something about these older men on YouTube who do streams out of their garage. Just an observation. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. In fact, if you do car stuff, like you do car videos, it would make sense to me that you do it out of the garage. I don't know if these guys do that type of content. I do mine in my bedroom. I mean, I used to, my old place, I had a spare room that I pretty much just turned into a studio. I used to do this show out of there. BC is stuck in the days of trucks. So misinformed. I mean, everybody's got their own things they can do. When it's visiting time, when people are done with the BS, actually wake up and smell the coffee. Here's the thing. I find them hilarious, and they keep going on their streams talking about me, and I always can tell. I can always tell because I'm pulling up the YouTube Studio app. So, there's the Studio app, and I can go right down here into analytics, and then real time, the last 48 hours, I can tell when they talk about me because I see the spikes, and I'll be like, I wasn't doing a live then, but it spiked. Why would they be watching this show after my live? Oh, it's because they're showing it on their show. And I've done some copyright strikes. I may do more. I can do those at any time. But I'm letting them dig themselves holes. That's what I'm doing. Bone Crusher has gone off the deep end. I mean, some of these people, Jeremy's a bully. It's like Jeremy's been bullied, and he's just bullying back. The old guys are trying to supplement their SSI by grifting or trash talking people. You'll get that. You'll always get that. Drama sells. Drama sells. People will tune into it. But you can't make that your shtick. You know, like everybody knows the Jim Rome thing where when they created ESPN2 back when they were calling it the Deuce, which I find ironic. Jim Rome had what's his name, Jim Everett on, and called him Chris Everett. Very famous thing. Jim Everett comes across the thing. He's like, "You won't call me that again." He's like, "Oh, I bet you I will." And he's like, "Okay." And he goes, "Chris," and then Jim Everett gets up and goes to beat his ass. Huge clip, millions and millions of views on YouTube. It was played over and over when it happened. Jim Rome still does a show. He's not one of the top sportscasters. Like, all he was about was the drama, and people got tired of it. That's why people like I'm trying to think. Colin Cowherd have surpassed him. People like Pat McAfee surpassed him. I mean, he still does his show, and there are still his fans, but he's nowhere as big as what he was then, because he's only about the drama. People got tired of it. Yeah, you remember that Jim Rome show? Yeah, I've tried listening to Jim Rome, and it's like I would much rather listen to Colin Cowherd myself. My brother loves Pat McAfee. I have given up on a lot of sports radio, though. It's the same stuff over and over, and all these. It's what so many of these radio stations go to because it's safe radio. To be honest, they know it'll get views, people listening, and it's a safe thing. They moved away from the morning zoo. They still do morning zoo stuff, but it's all scripted. It's all fake. If you're listening to a morning show, a morning zoo show, you could literally hear a bit, go into another city, and hear the exact same bit because those morning shows are not writing that content. It's someone at corporate who writes it all up, and then they email it out. Like, radio has gotten horrible. I have looked into, could Veteran Nation, I could get a discounted radio license, being that it's a nonprofit, and build a small tower here and do a radio station here that I could then simulcast onto radio or onto the internet. It takes some money and resources, but it's something I would be interested in doing just because radio is so horrible. And giving people the opportunity to play whatever songs they wanted to play and not corporate DJ stuff, and just be like, look, you have, telling a DJ, you've got 2 hours, you have to fill it. I don't care what you fill it with. It's funny, like, the FCC, like, no one takes on the FCC. Like, if you cuss, the FCC doesn't care. They only care if someone makes a complaint. Veteran Nation, do members get a type of VN card like members card for the future? What type of card? Oh, no. I can't hit you right now. You're gonna seriously? Okay, come up. Has to come up. You're gonna interrupt the whole stream. Yep. Do you want to go do something today? Should we go do something today? Yeah. She likes it just when I'm outside working. She can lay in the sun. Yep, in the hot desert sun. Too hot for me, but you'll sit in. From Sydney, Australia. Welcome. Yeah, Glory. Glory loves getting love. Yeah, I know. I love you. Yeah, you're a good girl. Say, this is your training, is to do this right here. This is what you're trained for. Yeah, I wish that could be my job, just to cuddle and nuzzle all day long. Yeah. Say, if I start acting angry or if I'm upset, you jump on me and you do this. Yep. It's okay. She normally just wants to lay in the bed and watch me as I do the show. It's now time for an episode of The Big Eared Dog. Hello, I can hear you. Hello. Wave to the people. Hi. Of course, she's going to come in and interrupt. Saw his misinformation. Who's misinformation? Envy causes so much misery for people, right? Right? I don't care that some shows are out there more successful than mine. Like, I don't need to care. She's so fluffy. Yeah, I probably need to give her a bath. But she got groomed last month, and end of the month I'll get her groomed. Golden Doodle. No, her dad was a custom canine. Her dad was one of their studs. He was a Labradoodle, and her mom was a poodle and Australian Shepherd. So she's 50% poodle. And say I only weigh 17 pounds. Uh-oh. This angel got food. Must have some food. She knows I won't give her food from the like human food. Yep, she's out there looking for treats. But Bone Crusher's missing information. I don't watch his stuff. I've seen it. I don't watch it regularly. Um, Larry Ripple Deuce last night. It was awesome to watch. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. I did watch Larry's video. Did he do a live stream? I'm gonna go get more coffee. Go ahead and answer. I'll be right back. And we are back. And someone needed some love again. Yeah. It was funny when I had family here. She still follows me around, but she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to grandma and grandpa because they're gonna give me all types of love. No pre-recorded. I've got my little thing with my green screens there. I saw it previously, but don't watch it all now. I like the expert. The expert I do enjoy. I do enjoy the expert. I have watched a couple of his stuff. I do follow him now. I sub to him. I also follow him on X. Um, fractured my wrist this morning. Well, you need to get some rest, Spawn Trooper. How you? Every time I'm awake, you're awake. That might be some PTSD stuff you got going. Your wrist hurts, and getting pissed off because of the pain is weakness. Never. When you're in the military, it's funny because you can sleep in some of the worst places ever, just conked out, and like, yeah, you'll get sleep. It's not going to be good sleep. The expert isn't going to be covering anything about the Florida stuff. I mean, hey, that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody needs to cover the stuff. I focus it. I don't care about the drama with John and Lynette and that stuff. I focus on the harassment and corruption because it's you know what I fought for is to stop stuff like that. Hold on. Uh, what? What do you want? She's staring at me. Do you need food? Do you need water? I don't know what you're staring at me for, dog. That's how she tells me that she wants something. Okay, let me go check and make sure she's got food and water, and I'll be right back. Needy dogs. Okay, we are back. I don't know what that dog wants. I gave her a treat, but she's got food, she's got water. Uh, she did her business early on, so just needy, needy women. I've got one person. You're sexist. It's like I post funny memes. Get over it. I'm looking through you guys. I'm trying to catch up. Larry broke down the lawsuit, and it's basically garbage. Oh, I said it was frivolous the day that I saw it. It was only designed to shut people up, and that's the thing. You know, it's yeah, it's crap. I haven't been using the soundboard. I got to bring in the soundboard more. Yeah, do you guys like the intermission with the kitty? Uh, I thought that was fun. The kitty, the fireworks, and the UFO. I was like, I'm just gonna throw stuff in here. All green screen stuff. I can put more in there too if we need to. I do want to get to this letter that we'll be sending to the Attorney General. Here, I'll show you guys the draft that was created right here. So let me zoom in a little bit. Dear Attorney General Moody and staff, this is my second letter to your office about the corruption in Levy County. My previous letter was concerning the Sheriff's Department. Despite bringing this to the attention of both your office and the Department of Justice, no investigations have been conducted. Whoa. What do we got going on, dog? I think the dog and the cat are going to start playing. And no investigations have been conducted, and the agency corruption and denial of rights to citizens continues. I am. Oh. There we go. It's fighting time. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, these two. These two make me laugh. So if you hear the noises, they're playing. Until I hear a cat meow or the dog yipe, which does happen from time to time. Yeah, you guys play a little bit rough sometimes. But the The agency corruption and denial of rights to citizens continues. I'm an Afghanistan veteran and a 17-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps.
Join the Army.
I am co-host of Veteran Nation on YouTube and founder of the Veteran Nation Foundation. Our purpose is to identify and confront corruption and harassment in this country because we believe in this nation's laws. Last week, I made a call to the Florida Department of Children and Family Services about a case that is ongoing in Levy County. The call was about both child neglect and abuse and elderly abuse that is happening in Levy County. This continues despite many calls to DCF and several videos showing the abuse being posted online. The current elder abuse involved a 78-year-old veteran. My followers and I are not going to let this abuse continue nor go unaddressed. My call to DCF was broadcast live. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around here. Was broadcast live. I did this because my audience wanted it documented because we believed it would not be taken seriously.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
The call ended with a DCF staffer affirming it did not meet their criteria. This was after discussing it with the supervisor. The child in this case is a 4 or 5-year-old girl with a metabolic disorder and feeding tube as a result of her condition. However, DCF allows the child to live on a filthy, squalor-filled property. As reported, the stench from the property can be smelled by neighboring properties as well as one across the street. This case has had 20 to 30 visits by DCF previously. The adoptive parent in this case has had previous DCF investigations where it was determined the parent was abusive to other older children now grown. The expert announced that I must have missed it. What did the expert announce? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with your guys' things. Oh, he announced that he's not going to cover any of the Florida stuff. I don't necessarily blame him, where it was determined that the parent was abusive to other older children now grown, but the case was sealed. Because it was sealed, this individual was then allowed to adopt this young child. In March of this year, the adoptive parent invited an elderly veteran, Lloyd Campbell, to move his RV to her property and live there. He was then verbally abused and his property destroyed, taken from him and sold. I don't know if anything was sold. I might take that out. I don't know about that. And was exploited and conned out of money. He had money stolen from his RV, and the adoptive parent used his benefit card to pay her own bills. I'll probably take out to pay her own bills because I don't know if she used that card to pay bills. We do know that Lloyd has said she used the card. I don't know if it was to pay bills. Again, we want to make sure that we're accurate with this. And I'm still, how does this, there, I like that better. Sorry. Recently, at Campbell's request, his property was saved/retrieved by a group of friends and locals. There was a sheriff deputy present to keep the peace. Because of the condition of the property and some actions of the adoptive parent, the deputy was compelled to make an immediate DCF report based upon his own observations. These are also detailed in videos posted publicly. The deputy appears to be one of the few deputies in the department willing to do the right thing despite the apathy of the department in general. She used the U card to pay the electricity bill. Are we sure about that, Mr. Coop? Are we sure about that? Did Lloyd say that? I do know she had Lloyd pay the bill, or at least Lloyd paid the bill, but do we know that she used the card for it? Again, I want this to be accurate because this is going to be attacked. As you see, they already attacked me over the phone call saying it was false. You can't make a complaint based upon a video. Well, guess what? You're 100% wrong if you think that, because there were just kids taken away for a TikTok video. What was that one YouTube case, Dad of 5, where they did a video where they were bullying the young kid and the young kid was taken away? And then there was that crazy mother who was doing all those videos where she punished her kid, and all those videos are all being used. Yeah, you can make these complaints based upon something you've seen on social media. Absolutely, you can. She just said she wanted to use it to pay electricity. Yeah, no proof she did. Okay, yeah, that's why I don't want to. Okay, Lloyd did say that, but I don't think we need it, and I don't want this to be open to be attacked as not accurate. I want to be as accurate as possible. That's why I'm kind of like I just want to take that little piece out. The fact is, she used it. We know that she used it. Like both the kids and Lloyd had said that. Do you have that text message? If someone has that text message, you can DM it to me and I'll leave it in. But from everything I saw, it was her asking for him to pay the bill. Abusive stuff is used in courts. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because of the department in general. After my recent phone call, the Veteran Nation Support Squad went into action and we created and signed a petition on change.org that, as of the writing of this letter, has garnered just under 1,000 signatures. Many of these signatories are Florida voters. As of the writing of this letter, to our knowledge, DCF has still not done anything but visit the property and create quote-unquote plans, which have obviously not been followed through on. This appears to be yet another county agency that is content to ignore Florida law regardless of Florida citizens that are hurt. We, the Veteran Nation Support Squad, are requesting your intervention and the immediate evaluation of these videos and follow-up on the actions or inactions taken by Levy County officials in any department that has previously failed to properly address this case. Absolutely. I can't believe JH hate channels come through in this saga late. Oh, yeah, they keep saying all these things that are just not facts. And when you ask them, okay, well, can you show us? The only thing that they'll show you is like old stuff. Like someone was posting stuff from Jeremy's divorce. I don't care about Jeremy's divorce. Contentious divorces are contentious divorces. There's going to be stuff against both parties. And again, as I've said before, the evidentiary standard on family court is very, very low. Accusations without any proof can be used in family court. Already in the county, the victim's advocate in this case has had to step down based upon their biased actions. Those actions resulted in charges that were eventually dropped due to the district attorney continuing this pattern of corruption. Within the county, many within the county do not feel safe, nor do they feel that they can report crimes without fear of backlash by county workers or law enforcement. We here at Veteran Nation will continue to monitor, highlight, and demand action within this county. It is our hope you take this letter, petition, and video seriously and protect the citizens of Florida. Our organization is thousands strong, and our veterans are a very vocal group. We will not stop until there is intervention at some level. Below are links to the petition on change.org and to the video of my DCF call. The petition was copyright struck by the attorney for the adoptive parent, and the personal identifiable information was redacted. However, the Veteran Nation audience was undeterred and kept signing this petition until we met our goal. There's the petition. There's the link. Respectfully, Mike, the skipper, Arthur, Veteran Nation. What are your guys' thoughts? What are your thoughts? I am going to post this to the YouTube channel. Actually, I'm going to take out that one section first before I post it, but I will post it. It's funny they're dragging up stuff from 10 years ago, nothing to do with what line it. Yeah, like these guys are just like it's just like them trying to drag up stuff about me. It's because they can't deal in facts. They can't deal in facts, so they're going to try to intimidate you. Post all my comments online. I don't care. I made them online. You have the right to do that. Do it. Guess what? I don't care. I still love how they were. You're committing sexual harassment. Okay, it's like that's not really a thing. No one works for me. Like If I was sexually harassing an employee, that's against the law. I can't sexually harass someone on social media. They have the ability to block me if they don't like me. If they don't like my content, they can block my content. When you follow me, you are consenting to me sexually harassing you, just so you know. I sexually harass Spawn Trooper every single day. He's a sexy bitch. Us Marines. Jennifer Davis, the reason for this is they have to dig to get crap on any of them. It's not anything relevant. They are trying to muddy the water to take focus off. Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're doing. Absolutely. Wink, wink, when he's. Some of you people who've just turned in, you're probably like.
What is that? You ever seen a grown man naked?
I am not getting naked on stream. Don't ask. Stop asking. I'm going to go start watching all yours. Teresa, you're going to get sexually harassed. You keep that up. Everyone, sexual harassment for everyone.
Are you really retarded?
Yes, I am. They also don't like my use of the R word. You can't use the R word. You can't say people are retarded. You don't call retarded people retarded. That would be just wrong. You call your friends retarded when they're acting like a retard. Promise? Yes, I do, Teresa. Mike, it won't let me post potion link. A potion link? Are we doing Harry Potter shit now? Harry Potter, the boy who lived. I'm sorry. I did enjoy the Harry Potter movies, but the Ralph Fiennes, who played Voldemort, was the worst. That was the worst. Oh, the petition. It's in the description. Max Lab, go in the description of the video. It's in there. So it should already be posted. Yeah, I just did not like that interpretation of Voldemort. Not at all. Just like how the interpretation of what was the guy for the prequels that they did that Johnny Depp played, and then they had to replace him, which was stupid. What was his name? Begins with a G. But I didn't like the way he was shown in the Harry Potter movies. They could have gotten a bigger actor back then. Me and Tug talked quite a bit off camera about like a lot of the stuff that what was it, like a lot of like pop culture stuff, because that's, he was big on the Amber Heard thing and whatnot, and that's where I found him. Okay, there you go. You got the petition link now. So what do you guys think about that letter? I'm not really keen on some of the stuff about Harley, where it talks about her condition, but I'll leave it in there. It's not the end of the world. Deuce is looking for support for his mac and cheese cause. He really, dude, when that many people tell you need to give it up, like, you're never going to make people care. Like, if Deuce... Ugh, I got dog hair flying at me. Like, if Deuce really wanted to do something, he should do his own channel. And, like, I've been in a contentious divorce for years. I really haven't talked about it on this channel. Could I have? Yeah, but no one, like, first off, it would get in the way of my healing. That's the first thing. it would be counter to my PTSD treatment. And people just don't like bitterness. Like, I really don't talk about like the things of my divorce. It just doesn't serve any purpose. It would be me trying to get the last word, and that really wouldn't do anything. You know, I have a lot of respect for Jeremy with the way he's acted with what's been recently brought up concerning his divorce and his kids. He's handling it in the right way, encouraging people. No, let's go to therapy. Let's talk this stuff out. Like that is a mature way of dealing with stuff. What Guapo's doing, talking about, just not getting over his ex-girlfriend. It's like, dude, you look like shit. Like just talking and being bitter about it. See, okay, people like Bruce and people like all these other ones who are, highlighting this show and Jeremy and other stuff, they've got nothing else. And I understand it. Doing a show like this, you have to be creative. You have to come up with stuff. It is hard to do. It is not easy. Trust me. Me doing the dad jokes, me doing the people on the maps. That's content, and I didn't have that early on. I did not really come up with those things. It came up with those where I was like, yes, you can actually send the petition to DCF, and we will be doing that. Yes. But yeah, coming up with content is hard. I came up with that stuff because I was watching what other people were doing. Like me doing the maps. That's me celebrating you guys. I am very appreciative of your fans. And, I read a book about digital marketing, and it said you should always celebrate your fans. So guess what? I was like, oh, yeah, what can I do to show the fans that I appreciate them? There we go. That's a really good way to show fans that I appreciate them. It wasn't easy coming up with that. I've been doing the show for 4 years before I finally came up with that. Doing military leadership lessons. I got a whole thing on military leadership lessons. Those wasn't easy to come up with, but it's content that I can do on the channel where it's a little bit different. So you guys, it's not me just coming on the stream and running my suck about, Jeremy, about the military, any of that stuff. Believe it or not, even though this show is called Veteran Nation, it is not really my identity. Like, what do you want? Do you want to come up here? You want to come up again? Come on. She wants to come up again. I don't know why she's been doing this lately. But yeah, like me coming up with all this stuff is I'm trying to make the show more enjoyable for you. Because it's hard to come up with stuff. And when you find something that works, you stick with it and you keep doing it. I understand not everybody's going to like the dad jokes that I do. That's fine. Not everybody's interested in the military leadership lessons. That's fine. Some people are. Like, some people don't like when I do Second Amendment stuff. Some love it. I know. I love you. Thank you. You're a good girl. But yeah, I've got to do stuff, that this group likes this group likes this. Sometimes there's, that Venn diagram. Sometimes there's stuff that, people like. There are times I don't do any Jeremy stuff. I'm not. In fact, I really try not to do Jeremy stuff. I try to do Otter Creek corruption stuff. I'll talk about Jeremy. You guys ask me questions about Lynette and John. I'll talk about it because that's what you guys are driving during these coffees with the skipper. You guys drive the content for the most part. I'll do other stuff, but it doesn't always mean that I started doing these because I was like, I wanted to find out what you guys. I can look at the analytics all day long, and try to figure it out. But not everybody figures this stuff out. And like these guys, they don't really offer anything positive, you know. It's just all complaints. I know I touched your foot. You don't like your foot or your tail touched. Yeah. Say that's annoying to you. They're too sensitive. Yeah. Too sensitive. Don't like it. Don't you just love her nose? Her nose is the best. Everyone talks about look this way. Okay, look this way. Everybody talks about her eyelashes because she has long eyelashes. Say pretty eyelashes. Yes, you do. First dog I've ever had that really doesn't like being in the car. You like going places though, like hotels. Oh my God, this dog loves hotels. We go to a hotel. This dog is like, I am the princess in the castle, aren't you? Yeah. You love Vegas for that reason. Guapo is an adult child. Yeah, you can tell Guapo was not raised with a dad. Like his dad was not in his life. You can tell that. I can tell that Jeremy. I don't know if Jeremy was raised with a dad in his life, but I can tell his grandfather was around. He had a man in his life that raised him. I could tell you that. Well, I mean, I try to be honest, and I will talk these things out, also trying to get to the bottom of them. I talk out problems because that's to me how I find solutions. Yes. Yeah. So we talk all day long. You enjoy it when I talk to you. So that is one of your favorite things. And you know when I'm talking to you because I talk very calmly and softly as if I'm talking to a little princess. So you're the princess. Yes, you are. Yeah, she does not like car rides at all. She likes going to places though. Um, yeah, these haters, they gotta find a niche. They gotta find something. I try to do fun stuff. I don't want to like. Some people don't like when I do politics stuff. Some people love when I do politics stuff. They only want me to do politics stuff. They're like, I'm tired of the what the hell's content. Give me more politics. It's an ebb and flow. Uh, the soft side of veterination. Actually, most of my side is a soft side. Uh, the thing I love being out of all the things I've done in my life, the thing I love the most is being a dad. Uh, Me and my son have a lot of fun, and I don't call him buddy. I'm very conscious. If I call him anything, I call him young man, and it's because I try to be conscious that I'm raising a young man, and that tomorrow a drunk driver could come left to center and take me out. And I've always been conscious of the fact that what I do today will affect him years in the future. And I think I've done a very good job of showing him what a man should be and what a man should do. And a lot of people don't do that today. And it's really sad. And we're creating a nation of boys. And look, I'm not saying that single mothers are bad, but every little boy needs a man in his life to show him how to be a man. And you're seeing with all these athletes who they grow up and they buy their mom a house because mom couldn't keep a man around, and now they have to step up and be the man in mom's life. I don't think it's healthy. Uh, and I think if something were to happen to me tomorrow, I think my son will be fine. But again, I always reminded myself he's a young man, and to treat him like a young man. And I don't call him buddy. I don't call him boy. Uh, he's not my buddy. He's not my pal. He's my kid. And that it's a reminder of my role, not so much of his, but of mine, that I have to show him. No, men pay their bills. Men take care of the people in their life they're supposed to take care of. I do laugh that they were saying that because people were posting that I was behind in child support. not behind. I've never been behind in child support. Where they got that is they pulled my divorce documents, and what had happened was when I was ordered to pay child support, the judge made it a retroactive decision. So that was in March, but my ex had asked for child support in December. So I had to go back to December and pay all those months. When he ordered me, I paid it. Like, I wrote the check that day. It got sent to her through the mail. So less than a month, I was completely up on all my child support. And that shows you, like, these people who, like, you can't believe what you read in a divorce thing. Again, it's very contentious. So you can't believe what you're reading as if it's face value because you're not in the courtroom. And, you know, like if you ask my ex today, has he paid all his child support? She'd probably tell you no. No. Oh, no, there's money he owes me. But again, that's all things under dispute. Like, if you asked her to prove it, wouldn't be able to prove it because, you know, I get sent, well, you need to pay money for this. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay it. Send me a receipt for it. I never get a receipt. And me and my lawyer have already talked. If I don't get a receipt, I'm not paying it because I need to know if these are things extra, that's fine. I have no problem. Like, I take care of my kid. I know there's a lot of guys out there who don't like paying child support. That doesn't bother me one bit. It's money for my son. And, you know, as long as he's being well taken care of, I will gladly pay that money. I do not. Abusive people use money as a weapon. I don't. But that doesn't mean I need to pay everything under the sun. And if I get asked, hey, would you pay this? Yeah, send me a receipt. Or send me a thing showing that that's what it's for. You know, that's what it costs. Send it to me. You'll get the money. I don't get sent that because, again, abusive people try to use money as a weapon. If you don't have a receipt, the money's not going to that. It's going to other stuff. I ask people for receipts every single day. Here, I'll show you guys. The nonprofit. Look at this. All receipts. All receipts. Look. It's a Walmart receipt. This one, oh, this is an ATM receipt. I have to keep all these for the nonprofit for my business. I deal in receipts every single day. So, you know, I'm used to this stuff. It doesn't bother me. But, you know, that's, again, part of me being a dad. I have to show my child, and if I ever have any others, I will teach my children, you have to pay your bills. You have to take care of people in your life. And whatever that looks like is whatever it looks like, but you have to do your responsibilities. Being a man means taking care of your business. That's what being a man is. And that's what I do. The accountant union. Okay, so I do organize my receipts. I do. I've got a expandable file. I throw them in there for like just to put them somewhere, and then after like a month or two, I'll sit down and okay, now these are going to be filed where they have to. When I do that, you'll appreciate this. I open up a spreadsheet and I track them all in the spreadsheet. So, you know, all these people threatening to send the IRS, send the IRS to me. I've got the receipts. You're not scaring me by threatening me with the IRS. Send them. I'll be like, here's my spreadsheet showing everything that I've detailed. Here are the receipts. You have a good day. You have a good day. Let me know when you're finished going through it all. And I laugh that they're like, love spreadsheets. Oh, trust me. When I was with the MEF headquarters group as the S4 Alpha, they gave me the MEF EDL, Equipment Density List. So I was essentially the supply guy for the MEF. No, I wasn't doing all the supply functions. I was just looking at, okay, here's where all the stuff is. When new stuff would come in or stuff would go out, I was playing the puzzle piece game, trying to make everything fit. And I learned how to take spreadsheets from just your basic normal accounting spreadsheets into making it sexy. I went to a private school in high school, and our senior year, you had to take electives and whatnot. It wasn't just, oh, you have to have so many points. Like they were like, no, you're going to have a full schedule. Like that was the thing about a private school. They're like, you have to have a full day's worth of schedule. We don't care if you have enough credits to graduate or any of that stuff. They were like, we don't care. So one of the things I took was accounting. So I know accounting. I know about accounts receivable, accounts payable. I track all that stuff. So, that's why when I get threatened by these people, I'm like, yeah, you could threaten me all day long. It doesn't bother me. I know what I've got here. And what I need to do better is I need to get a program where I can start like taking pictures of the receipts and having them filed that way. Because if there were a fire here, something like that. Now I do have a fire safe, and I do keep all my expandable files in the fire safe. So I'm reasonably okay, but I need an extra layer of protection, and I recognize that. But yeah, it's funny how we go from one thing to another. But I wish more men would realize that being a man means you have to be a dad to your kids and teach them how to be a man. And there's a lot of guys who they just don't want to be fathers. And the thing is, it's so much fun being a father. So much fun. That is the title I love the most is dad. I do things when I can show my kid, and this is same with my nieces and nephews. When I can show them something that they've never seen before and they like it, it's the greatest feeling in the world. Use your phone camera. Yeah, but I need an app or something that will because I'll do my phone camera. I just don't want to take. I've already got a bunch of pictures on my phone. I use my phone for creating content. It takes up space, and it's so exhausting having to go through and be like, okay, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. I do have it backed up as well. But yeah, it just takes up so much space. And then when you start trying to go through them looking for something, it's a mess. So I would like to have an accounting app. It's just, I'll eventually get there. Yeah, Bruce is a little kid. Yeah, he acts like a little kid. Part of being a man is one, telling people no, and two, being told no. Like, email to yourself. So right now, here's what I do, Shooting Star. I have an email that's receipts at something. I'll just say that. And me and my business partner use that for all of our business receipts. So I do that for important stuff. Things that I know I do not want to lose this one. I do that. But I really need an accounting app just to help me along. Tantrums. Being told no. I can't tell you. I used to have to deal with tantrums by grown men in the Marine Corps. And I used to just, that's where I learned people like that make fun of him. Like Snail, I know that drives him crazy. I know he'll watch the show. He's probably watching now. Doesn't bother me. Watch away, dude. I don't care. But try working at S4 before the era of computers. Oh, I bet, Roy. I bet. So one thing that we love doing during training exercises, especially at the S4, go turn off the generator. Turn off the generator. All the computers shut down. And now they realize, well, it's like, hey, you got to do your job. How are you going to do it? And it takes a minute. And then they're like, okay, we have to start doing things with whiteboards and pieces of paper. And then they start pulling that stuff out. So I get it. He is stranger danger. Yeah. That's the whole thing about. That's why I jokingly say, yeah, women are not interested in me because I'm stable, secure, sane, and sober. I watch these women out here fight over men. They like I see it on Facebook. They will fight over men, and what they're fighting over is a dude who uh, has substance abuse issues, lives with his mom, and is literally taking money out of their purse. And I'm like, you go right ahead and you can fight over that, dude. So I laugh about that. Uh, it's just like the dude who attacked me. It's my ex-wife's boyfriend. He attacked me, and he got himself an ass whooping. Don't come up to me. Don't put your hands on me. Here's where that was. Here's where that was a major mistake on her part. I had already had a discussion with my son, and I said, "Look, you have all your school events and everything, and you know me. I go to all your stuff because you are the most important person in my life. You are the most important person in my life, and I will always be there for you, and I will always go to your stuff. But your mom is bringing this guy, and he doesn't like me, and he doesn't have to like me. But it's a way to create conflict." And I told him, I said, "I want to be at all your stuff. And if he's there, men do not create conflict. We end conflict one way or another. And I don't want there to be a fight or anything like that. So I want you to know I will come to your stuff. You will see me. I will make sure you see me. But if he's there, I'm going to leave because men do not create conflict." And I said, "That's how I'm going to handle this. But I want you to know I will be there for you. I always want to be there for you. Always want to do it." And that's what was happening. And he was brought to, this dude came to a thing that, again, was about, our son. And he came up behind me without me knowing he was even there. And the dude tried shoving me to the ground. And dude got rocked. Dude got sent in the next week. And they tried to say that I attacked him. But again, because of the show, if you notice, if you're on the YouTube, I've got a whole thing of dash cam videos, and it covers 360 around my car. So I had dash cam. I had a dash cam video. They tried telling the cops I attacked them and everything. I was able to prove, oh yeah, no, that did not happen. He should have been charged, but we have a DA here who is also corrupt. This was the second time that I'd been attacked on camera, and they did not do anything about it. I'm going to show you guys a video. We're going to watch one of my videos right now, and you guys are going to see what San Bernardino thinks is okay behavior. This is not what I was talking about of my ex's boyfriend. I'm going to show you another. I got to go into my playlist here. This was where I was attacked over. You guys have seen my dog. Sweet little dog. She's my service dog. She is a trained service dog. I was attacked over her. So and if you go into the playlist is service dog harassment. It's the second video in there. I'll share this so I can show it to you guys. So what had happened? Let me. I'll share it, but It's right now. It's right now muted. So I'm setting this up. I was at a restaurant here in town, and I had my dog. Now my intent was just to go in and get some food for takeaway and then leave. Actually, I can do this here. So my intent was to get food for takeaway and then to leave. And as soon as I walked in, the guy was like, "No pets are allowed." And I was like, "She's a service dog." He said, "Show me the service dog papers." Well, there is no such thing as service dog papers. None whatsoever. And it's like, service dogs are classified the exact same way seeing eye dogs are. Have you ever seen eye dog papers? No. They don't exist. So there's no such thing as what he was asking for. And he was like, you need to get out of here or I'm calling the sheriff. And I said, well, then you should call the sheriff because I came in here to be served. And he called the sheriff. Now, this whole live stream, it's almost 2 hours long. You guys can watch it. I'm not going to show you all 2 hours. But I put it up unedited so that you guys could see I was not the aggressor. I was not there. And I talk in this video about how, yeah, and you can see Glory right there, how my intent was to live stream. This was live on Facebook. My intent was to have the sheriff come officially trespass me because then you get an incident number. And then I was going to go to California Civil Rights Division and do a complaint on this business owner. And he probably would have been fined about $10,000 because you can't discriminate against disabled people. Expert may not be covering the lawsuit, but he was lurking Megan's live stream. Oh, yeah. But yeah, you can't discriminate against disabled people. So I'm going to go here. So I do have it chapterized, so you can go to the last 5 minutes, so you guys can see. And look, I'm sitting there peacefully, not bothering anyone, just waiting. I told him you could either serve me or I'm waiting for the sheriff. 2-ounce strength. Thank you.
Close.
Okay. I'm just gonna let this play. You guys can watch it. For what it's worth. Actually, it's bigger than this. I'm gonna go get more coffee.
Do you think they took my order? Because they're on the phone with the sheriff right now. It's not 3 o'clock yet. I like the front door with customers inside. That is a fire hazard.
The door is locked.
Yeah, that's a fire hazard when you have customers inside.
Wait, what?
That's a fire hazard when you have customers inside.
Keep going, man. I don't give a fuck. Come on. Come on.
Tell everybody.
I'm gonna break your goddamn telephone.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
So you're going to threaten me? You're
I
going to
said to
threaten
leave. We're closed.
You're going to threaten me and my property.
Where's your property?
My phone.
Huh?
My phone.
Of course not.
Again, you can either serve me or you can get the sheriff, as I told you 2 hours ago.
You see
So-
these goddamn sign there? We refuse to share it with everyone.
Okay. Because initially you told me that my dog was not allowed and you kept pointing at that sign. The dog is a service dog. You're locking both doors and that's a fire hazard.
This door is locked.
Well, it's a good thing I was... It's a good thing as you just admitted, I've been here for hours, so I'm waiting to be served or I'm waiting for the sheriff to come. So whichever one you choose, either serve me or get the sheriff. As you can see.
Yeah, the audio kicks out. It does come back in. And I think that was because I had people texting me because they were watching live stream, like family members and whatnot. Oh yeah. I was in there and they locked the door on me. Yes, I have heard of Blind Vet, and he's I can't believe people do to him what has been done to him. And trust me, I've worked with another live streamer. We're trying to do some FOIA stuff on his behalf. It is illegal to make a disabled person for papers for their service animal. See, he throws stuff at me.
Out of here, okay? Go out!
He's assaulting me. You guys are seeing this. Let him punch me. This is non-violent.
So that
Let me
that
ask
is
you a
that.
question. Have you ever thought about your blood flow? Redwood uses just a few simple, completely natural ingredients to increase your...
So that was me. That was the first time I was attacked on camera here in San Bernardino County. And
Why am I in Facebook jail? I just got here. I posted a picture. Actually, I'll show you guys the picture. They said it was nudity. It's not nudity. That's why I'm in Facebook jail. They said that's nudity. Like literally, there's clothes. Silhouettes are not nudity. So I'm appealing. I don't care. Facebook doesn't bother me. But yeah, San Bernardino County DA refused to prosecute them. That attack was live. It was broadcast live. The only reason they told again, another instance where they told the sheriff I had attacked them. I did not. I don't attack people. I just want to be left alone. They told the sheriff I had attacked them, and when the sheriff put me in cuffs, had me in the thing, I just remained quiet. When they finally opened up to talk to me, I said, "Look, I've got the whole thing on video. I was live streaming, and I was just waiting for you guys to come here and trespass me." And they were like, "So you would have taken a trespass?" I'm like, "Yeah, because then I could have taken that trespass to the state of California's Civil Rights Division, and this guy would have gotten fined." And what had happened, it was battery. Yes. So now twice I've been attacked on camera in the county of San Bernardino, and this prosecutor refuses to do anything. Twice now it's happened. I live in a corrupt place, much like how Jeremy does. I am fighting that fight. I just don't do videos on it. And that's because they could make my life very difficult here. Our sheriff is actually pretty good. Our sheriff's department is actually pretty good. There are things that they do, like they denied me the 911 calls from that incident because those 911 calls, they threatened my dog Glory in those 911 calls. That's why they won't release them. California claims that they're investigatory records. I've also been talking with people within the assembly and state legislature here to have that stricken, that 911 calls are not investigatory records. It's an uphill battle. It absolutely is. It is government corruption, Spawn. It is. That's why I don't make a lot of videos about this, but I will help other people who are dealing with similar problems. That's what Bruce should be doing. If Bruce wanted to do it, he should do a channel about the Bar Association. If he thinks they're that corrupt, he should do that. I guarantee you there's other attorneys out there that agree with him. That's what he should do. I think you mean there are laws regarding requiring service animal license, not asking. No. It's actually not rebellion. You can only ask 2 questions of a service dog. You can ask, is your dog a service dog? And what is your dog trained to do? So like with Glory, she is a service dog. She is trained. She is compression trained. So you saw when she was in my lap and she put her head on me, that is her training. If I'm walking around and I get angry or something, she will jump on me. And it's all to let me know, hey, you need to get out of your headspace. You need to change the way you're acting. And it helps because then I don't get attacks or anything like that. But you cannot ask. What he was asking for initially was the papers proving my dog is a service dog. There is no such thing. You cannot ask that. You can only ask those 2 questions. Any more, if you keep peppering me with questions, that actually is harassment of a disabled person. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there with service dogs where they do a lot of videos where they go to Walmart. And yeah, you shouldn't come up to a service dog and pet. If you see me, if any of you guys see me and Glory out and about and you come up to me and say, can I pet your dog? I will say, yes, you can. Just give me a quick second. I will give her the command so that you can pet her. And we have a command that I give her that she'll go over to you and expect to be pet. She'll probably jump on you. And I do tell people, she's probably going to jump on you, but just be ready. That's what she's going to do. But I'm still the one giving the commands, and that's what's important. She needs to only take commands from me, and that's why that is. I have no problem with people petting my service dog at all. You can pet her and love her. She's a pretty girl. She's my pretty princess.
You can pet her. Just let me give the command, and that's all I ask. Like if you watch that video in its entirety, it's a long one, so you don't have to. It's an hour and 55 minutes long. If you watch it, people who are there eating came up and they're like, "What's the problem?" I'm like, "He's not going to serve me because of my service dog." And he's like, "Why?" And I would go, "Because he said my dog's a pet." And they're like, "The dog is laying underneath the table. Like the dog is clearly a service dog and it knows how to behave." So yeah, you guys have seen the attack. I've got other stuff in there where I've been harassed, where I've been, I've got one in there that's a 45-second video. It's gotten like 14,000 views. Like that one's definitely one that you guys should check out. You should never touch someone's service animal. You should actually never touch anyone's pet unless you ask, to be honest. But yeah, you shouldn't touch a service animal unless. I've had people feed her without my knowing. I'm not like, when I realize it, I'm like, they're like, "I'm sorry, I should have asked you." I'm like, "You can feed her. It's not going to bother me, but she's going to beg for food for you. She doesn't beg to me. She doesn't get over the table food." And I'll ask, what are you giving her? Most time it's like meat or something like that. And I go for coffee every morning. She goes for sausage. So yeah, she gets her little treats and everything. She didn't respond. Texas passed a law to stop the abuse of using fake service animals, taking pets into stores that are actually aggressive to people and other animals, such as legit service. That is actually a big problem. Here in California, they have a law that protects service and emotional support animals. You can always tell whenever people go places with a dog that's not a service dog, you can always tell. First off, if the dog starts barking or starts doing something unruly, they're not correcting it. Like she will bark. She will bark sometimes. I'm sorry, she hasn't barked during this live stream, but she will bark. If a service dog starts barking or like pees or something, we will immediately correct it. Because here's the thing: while I can take my dog anywhere, I can still be kicked out if my dog becomes unruly, and I know that. Dogs have about the attention span of a 4-year-old. Even her, with all of her training, even, I've been out with other people. Sometimes those dogs will act up. A service dog will act up. You just have to correct them. You have, that's why we do all the extra training, even after they're fully trained. I meet up with the service dog group that meets monthly, and we do active training with our dogs. I post some videos of that. So yeah, we do these things. But you'll get people here, and there's a couple places here in my town. Like some places like Home Depot allows all pets. If I go in there, I'm going to see other dogs. Those dogs are probably going to bark and probably try to pull near her. Her and I will just keep on walking. I'll tell her, hey, nope, we're going to leave it, and we're going to keep pressing on. I'll keep her moving. You redirect the dog. But there's a very popular tourist destination where I've gone, and they're like, "Oh, we have several service dogs in here." And I'll go, and she'll lay underneath the table, and those dogs are barking at her. And she's looking at me like, I'm not the one acting up. And I'm like, "No, you're doing a good job. You're a good girl." And I'm like, "Yeah, that other dog is being bad right now." And she is a snitch. This dog is a snitch. If the cat goes in the other room and starts doing something, she will come and like look at me, and I'll be like, "Do you need food? Do you need water? Do you need to go outside?" She won't respond. Then if I say, "Is the kitty being bad?" she'll start jumping up and down. I'm like, yep, kitty's being bad. So she'll snitch on other animals. She's like, "Yeah, they're not supposed to be doing that." And yeah, she'll do that when we see a dog that's not a service dog. But that's when, I'll give her extra praise, tell her what a good, you teach them to ignore that thing that is, a distraction. "Yeah, I'm talking about you. Do you want to come up? Yeah, talking about you." So you teach them to ignore the distraction. Yeah. Say, "Yeah, we don't like it when other dogs are naughty. We do not like that. That is not good. It's not okay. And yeah, it makes it hard for those of us with service dogs when you have fake dogs. It really does. It's because yeah, we get people then who will do like what those people did and attack. Like those people physically attacked me, both the man and the woman. They were older than me, so I didn't fight back. In fact, I've got pictures. I can post them of like the bruises that I had and stuff. He had took his foot and stomped on my chest and gave me a bruise. And I went to the emergency room just to make sure I was fine, but it was just bruises and stuff like that. I didn't need to fight back. You know, when you're just like with these guys, Slug is just that, a slug. Well, just like people like him, I don't need to fight back for the stuff that he's doing. He's doing just fine digging himself a hole. And trust me, you think he's doing it just to me? He's done it to other people. We have the proof, and he's really doing himself in. He's gonna, like, they want to take down my channel. He will eventually lose his channel. Guarantee you. Not because of me, but because of other people. In Canada, service dogs have papers. Yep, in Canada they do. Different countries have different rules. Here in America, no papers are required. The only time I'm ever required any type of paperwork is flying. But that's because the FAA does not have to follow the ADA. The FAA has its own rules. That's why dogs who are not service dogs can fly in the cabin of a plane. They do have rules that your dog has to behave themselves, or they can take other animals too. The only type of service animals are dogs and miniature horses. There's no such thing as a service cat. Can't have a service bunny. Slug is under a YouTube investigation. I am not surprised. I am not surprised about that one bit. And I'm sure there are other channels that he's attacked who, that's what I would do. If I were you guys, I'm not telling you to report Slug. I would go through his channel, look at other people that he's attacked, and then let him know he's under investigation. So then they can say, oh yeah, he did these things to me. I don't need to do that. I enjoy him talking about my channel. He's bringing me in views. The dude, he is doing so much promotion for this channel. He's deranged, and to be honest, a waste of oxygen. He's like, okay, I heard a story of a drill instructor making a Marine recruit carry around a plant to replace the oxygen that he was using. He had to take care of a plant in boot camp. My brother sent me a video about a person that said they left their service tarantula in the restaurant. Yeah, see, people doing that stuff, they should be fined. People are like, oh, they should go to jail. No, just hurt their pocketbook. Hurt their pocketbook. When in public, does your dog have a service dog vest? I will say hi to the dog, but I do not approach because... So service dog vests are not a requirement. I do have a service dog vest. We don't always... It gets very hot out here. So like this time of year, I don't put it on her. I actually had a thing that said service dog. It was a sleeve that would go on her leash. And one day when I was not paying attention, she chewed it up. And I was like, okay, great. Now I got to get a new one. And I haven't gotten a new one yet. I should. Maybe I'll do that today, order a new one. But it's not a requirement for any of that stuff. I can take her wherever, and it's perfectly fine. It's just like... Same way a seeing eye dog would be. But you can normally tell by how the dog reacts. If the dog is like trying to run all over the place, it's not a service dog. If the dog is if the dog is barking, if the dog is fixated on something that's not fixated on it, like she'll look at another dog and then look at me. Like, she's pretty much asking me, is it okay to acknowledge that dog? And I'll say, no, leave it. And then, okay, she's asking for permission. But what you'll see with those other dogs, this is those other dogs when they see her. Like,
completely fixated. Could you imagine them saying this to a person with a mal? Right? That's why. See, my one buddy has a German Shepherd. He used to be my neighbor, and uh, we're like the only like. There's only like 2 or 3 of us on base with service dogs, and she gets along with his dog relatively good because she doesn't really like other dogs unless they're smaller. But he's German. His dog is German Shepherd and is big. The dog's name is Leonidas. If we see him, she will sniff, and then when Leo lays down, she's like, okay, yeah, I'm good with this dog. She doesn't like dogs that always want to like play with her. She's like, get away from me until I know you're okay. But that's, and I know Leo had gone into that restaurant. That restaurant is now closed down. It's been less than 3 years. They're closed, and a big reason was because of the bad publicity that I brought them. I did not stop posting that in our local Facebook groups. And one of our local media has a big problem with me because that was his buddy's restaurant. And it's like, well, your buddy is a piece of crap. So I don't care. The DA, I didn't want the DA to prosecute him and his wife. I really, had they just said, look, we're going to knock this down to a misdemeanor, I would have been completely fine. But they didn't want to do anything. When I can get my other video after all my court stuff's done, and I can get the other video of the other attack that San Bernardino wouldn't prosecute at all, I am going after that office. I will be. They have some horrible people that work in, it's taken me this time. At first, I thought it was the sheriff. Our sheriff does okay. It's the DA here. I've Googled there are leads that have service dog printed right on them. Would that help? Here's the thing. I can get that. It's not required. So, if I have stuff like that, it's normally because I want to be left alone. That's why a lot of us with service dogs will have that stuff because we don't want to be harassed. Just what his name suggests, a slug is slimy. I have a Belgian Malinois Shepherd. She's 8 years old now. She's a rescue. Those are great dogs. You have to have them. You have to have a way for them to have their energy expended. A buddy of mine has one, and he's got a really big plot of land in the desert, and he's essentially built the dog a play yard. It's like one of those things where like there's obstacles, and he's taking his dog through it. And so he's like, yeah, every day before I leave for work and when I come home, he goes, I'll put her through the thing. And she goes through the whole obstacle course. But it's a good way to expend that type of dog's energy. Very smart dogs. She's a smart dog. I've got some of the puzzles where I put like treats and stuff in. I normally actually use just the cat food, just a couple pellets, because dogs can eat the cat food. Not so much the other way around. The cat will get fat if he starts eating the dog food. But the cat food is very lean, so dogs can eat it. And I'll put, some of the little pellets and stuff in her little puzzle, and she loves playing with that thing. She'll sit there for a long time. She gets the easy ones pretty much offhand, but the more complicated ones, like she'll try it, and then she'll sit there and just stare at it. So you need stuff like that. More thinking of you and your best friend's protection. Some people are morons. I can handle myself. I am a physically capable male. In both of those attacks, I walked out okay. I can live with bruises all day long. I can live with bruises. That guy is lucky. I'll say that. Both of these two guys who attacked me are lucky that I was not concealed carrying, because in both instances, I could have defended myself. California law. Hold on, I want to get your full count. A service dog under California law is a dog trained to help specific individual with a disability with services such as fetching, dropping items, minimal protection, rescue work, or pulling a wheelchair. That's not exactly what the law states. and limited dogs that are trained to help individuals with their specific requirement. Yeah. So I get attacks. I get anxiety attacks. She will jump on me and stop my attacks. I have insomnia. I get nightmares. If I have a nightmare, she generally likes to lay underneath my bed. But if I have a nightmare, she jumps up on the bed and she's cuddled up right next to me, trying to calm me down to get me back to sleep. And it like my insomnia has gone way down. You just pulled it. Well, so the California law, it complements the ADA law. The ADA law pretty much just says service dogs are medically task trained dogs. There you go. That's it. Psychiatrists, service dogs are in a different section of the law. Yeah, emotional support dogs, totally. And really, emotional support dogs, the only protection they have for the most part is housing. If you move into an apartment complex and you have an emotional support dog, they have to allow you. When we discovered it was likely our grandson is autistic, I called places to get a dog trained to help him. Because the dog is a boxer shepherd, 2 places refused to accept him. You will find that. So with custom canines, most of their trainers only will do poodles and Labradors. Sometimes they'll do German shepherds, but a lot of people won't do other breeds. Here's what you can do. You can task train those dogs yourself. Completely legal. What I always recommend, because I've been attacked and because I've had people, the first thing they do when you're attacked is they say, your dog's not really a service dog. Well, I got my dog from Custom Canines. So that's the first thing. I'll show my paperwork. I'm like, well, Custom Canines trained service dogs. They gave her to me. So your beef is not with me. It's with them. If you train your own dog, what I always recommend is find a local trainer who will just verify the training of your dog. So that way, if it ever comes to where you're attacked and there's a lawsuit or anything, and that becomes a question, you have a dog trainer that you can call as a witness and say, this trainer has verified my dog's training. I trained my dog myself, but this dog trainer is also saying this expert is saying my dog is trained. You don't have to do that. I recommend it though. I've gotten hate from other people's service dogs, like, you're telling people I can't train my dog. No, not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying have someone verify it, just to cover your six. The ADA is a federal law which outweighs state law. Absolutely it is. It complements the ADA. The California law does. Put the other channel with the slugs in P. They need to be reported. You can talk to other people. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take any active actions against them other than I'm going to make fun of them. But you can reach out to other YouTubers and other people on Facebook. I know they're doing it. They're coming after me when we always say in the military, when you're over the target is when you take the most flack. They'll shoot at you the most when you're over the target. So I know that what I'm saying bothers them, but I'll leave it up to other people. I'm not going to attack them. I'm not going to attack Bruce. I'll make fun of them because I've got my free speech and that's what I'm going to use. The ADA treats emotional support animals differently and are not limited to dogs. The ADA does not grant emotional support dog owners the same rights of access to public places. Yeah, the ADA really only for emotional support pets only protects, you can get housing that falls under HUD rules of housing. And by that, like, if you have a landlord that only owns one house and they rent it out, they don't apply. I believe it's if they own 8 or more dwellings. So if they own an apartment complex, you can be like, no, I've got an emotional support animal. You have to let me bring my animal here. And I don't know if they can charge or not. They can charge it, even with service dogs. My dog does any damage, I can be charged. I can absolutely be charged. I was in a hotel the one time, and I was going to a concert, and I'm not going to take her to a concert because it's not a place where she would be safe. Okay. So I left her behind in the hotel room. I made the mistake of not turning on the TV, and she could hear there were people knocking on the doors. You knock on a door, I don't care where you're at, she's going to bark. So they contacted me and they're like, your dog is barking. And I left the concert and I went back and they were like, we're going to charge you $250. I was like, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. And the guy at the desk, he was like, no, I can do this. And I was like, first off, my dog's a service dog. You have to give me the opportunity to get my dog under control. You're telling me she's barking? That's fine. And at this point, she was with me and she wasn't barking. I'm like, she is now within my control. So, if you don't want her barking, I will take steps. I will be much more vigilant to make sure she's not barking. But the guy was adamant he was going to charge me this money. I was like, you can only charge me money, I said, for damages that we do. And then I said, can I talk to your manager? And the manager came and I said, look, my dog's a service dog. He's trying to charge me the pet deposit because she was barking. I said, look, I understand she was barking. You don't want your guest disturbed. I had the do not disturb on my thing. You guys knocked. That's why she barked. That, she is there. Like, her barking is actually part of her training. She has to let me know about certain things. I said, so, I said, I'll keep her under my control so she doesn't bark anymore. I go, but you can't ask me to leave the property and you can't charge me money that's not for damage. And she was like, no. She's like, you were right to ask me. She goes, I said, if you want me to keep her with me 24/7, I will do that. I go, she's fine with that. I go, but but just so you know, that means I'm taking her poolside. I go, so it's up to you guys what you want. I'll work with you. Let's work together on this. And she was like, no. She's like, leave the do not disturb. She goes, I'll put special notes telling people not to knock on your door again. And I did, for the most part, I took her with me. A couple times I had to leave her, like when I was just going down the hall, but I made sure that the TV was on so that, because if she hears people outside talking, sometimes she'll bark. It's just to let me know someone's there. Knocking on the door, she's always gonna. You knock on this door, she's gonna knock. She does not like delivery people. Just FYI. You have my mail. One of the trainers was going to charge extra because of the breed. I would keep just asking around to different trainers and just say, we're going to train the dog, but all I need is for you just to verify it. She didn't make the cut for the police because she wouldn't bite, so she was going to be put down by the breeder. We said we would take her. Yep, you'll find stuff like that. There's actually a place out here called Guide Dogs of the Desert. They have a lot of training failures. And I had a buddy who got a service dog from them, and then he got a training failure. And the training failure dog was just a great dog. It just couldn't ignore other dogs. It was such a lovable. It was a Labrador, such a lovable dog. But he couldn't take it everywhere. She was officially a pet, but a well-trained pet. Great for around the house. Dog, you get a dog trained. Here, I'm going to back this up. Lori while you guys know, I've told you she's compression trained. There's several things that she's trained in. And let me just show you. So, Glory, tug, 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 get it, tug it, tug it, tug, tug, tug. Good girl, good girl. She can take my socks off. And she was trained for that because she was supposed to go to an older gentleman with mobility issues. Good girl. Yeah, you did such a good job. And that's her favorite training. When you find your dog a job that they enjoy doing, and that's her favorite job. And her trainer, when they gave her to me, they were like, you need to keep doing this with her. If you keep doing with this, you keep letting her take your socks off, It's her favorite job to do. You'll be able to train her in anything. Dogs have self-esteem and confidence, and if they like doing a job and you keep making them do that job and that's their job, they're going to take care of that job. But you can also train them to do other things, and you don't want to break your dog's spirit. With some breeds like with German Shepherds, you can do domination training, but with like golden retrievers, you can break their spirit. You don't want to do that because then you can never teach that dog anything else. They're not going to be. They might be an okay dog, but they're never going to do what you want them to do. They said it was because both breeds are protective breeds and may not allow emergency service to help me. It would take extra training. That can be true. And that's why some trainers just won't deal with certain breeds, and you can't make them. But what I would do is go ahead and train your dog and see if they will just kind of verify that your dog is task trained, just in case if you have any issues. But they're not going to be liable. They won't be liable for anything of the dog. I have a tiny teacup Yorkie that is an emotional support animal. She goes everywhere with me. Well, that's fine. Just know that you can be denied access to places because of your dog, because emotional support are not given full access. Service dogs are given full access. I've taken my dog into places like into kitchens of restaurants because of jobs I've had. I've taken her with me. They can't deny her. People are like, oh, shedding. She mats. She doesn't really shed. If I were brushing her, that's when she'll shed. But we'll just walk around now. Like when she jumped up here and I was petting her, that's when she shed. She shed on me. Mine will get a drink on my command and gives a high five. She goes to the bathroom on command. You want to teach your dog how to go to the bathroom on command? Here's what you do. For her, the command is get busy. And I'll take her out, and when she's going, you say get busy or whatever command you're going to come up with. And you do that every time she goes to the bathroom. And then she gets to associate, okay, so like if I'm going into Walmart with her, I will stop and say, get busy. And she knows, oh, okay, now's my time to go. And then I don't have any problems of accidents or anything in Walmart. And I've learned we've had accidents in places before. Again, the dog is like a 4-year-old. If I forget to offer her the chance to go to the bathroom, she might need to go. And like there are times she signals to me when she has to go. There are times where I miss the signals, and that's my fault, not hers. Mine will also go. Okay. I don't know which. I don't know which of my. Oh, hold on. VR veteran. I'm trying. You put a thing in here from X. So I'm looking up this account, VR veteran. Oh, that's you. Okay, I'm following you, James. I thought you were saying someone was copying my stuff. I was like, but I didn't want to say anything. So thank you, James. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you following me. In fact, I'm going to add you to my notifications. So I've got notifications turned on for you. So when you tweet, James, I'm going to be following you. So thank you. Any veteran that wants to do that, I did have a list of veterans to promote. I haven't kept up with that one. What I do want to do is eventually do one of people who follow the show so I can promote you guys. He is a Basset Hound. Basset Hounds are great. They're great. I used to have Beagles, which are, close to Basset Hounds, but Basset Hounds are great.
she does some tricks too, but give them a job. Like, I remember my dad, uh, he we had Labradors, and he gave our one lab a job where it would walk around the perimeter, and as they would walk around together, there were weeds, and he'd pull the weeds, and the dog got to the point where he would walk the perimeter of the yard and pull those weeds. The dog was like, "Oh, I'll do that." You give a dog a job, they're gonna love it. They want to please you. Give them a job. Another one, I saw a guy with a very elderly dog where he would open his thing and the dog would go get the newspaper and bring the newspaper in. Give your dog a job like that. They will be amazing for you. And that guy's dog was elderly. It still wanted to do its job. It still was like, no, this is my job. I'm going to do it. Mine is 4 years old. I pee patch trained her. She tells me when we are traveling and store when she has to go. Yeah, I try to remind myself, okay, every couple hours, give her a chance and just take her out. She's wonderful. And that's why we do that. We have a channel called Love to Learn, so maybe I could find out where to learn how to train the dog. Is it a YouTube channel, Georgia? Love to Learn? Let me take a look. And I've got a woman who's trying to start. She's trying to start a nonprofit. She reached out to Veteran Nation to find out about nonprofits. She's trying to create a service dog academy. She lives in the Florida, Georgia area. I've tried to give her good advice and stuff. This is actually so Glory's One Trainer used to do a program. You don't have any videos yet. DM me a link on social media after the stream, and I'll make sure I'm following you. And I would love to, when you do get stuff, I would love to promote it. But yeah, her trainer was in a program where they would go into the female prison, and they had dogs there that were all rescues. And the female prisoners, provided they had good behavior, they were able to learn how to train the dog. And see, that was teaching these prisoners skills that when they got out, they could be a dog trainer. They had, they could start their own businesses and be able to be like, no, I'm a professional dog trainer. And they learned it in prison, but it gave them things that they could make, a skill that they could turn into money, but you have to, teach the dogs. And it also helped because they were taking rescues in. And, you got to think, if you're in prison, to be able to spend time with a dog, that's got to be a great thing to be able to, a perk, not being around, people other than other prisoners. And then all of a sudden you get a dog that's just going to love you and, want to be with you. We do have trainers. One organization is COPE. Those videos about inmates training dogs are so beautiful. Yeah, I think that's great. I would love to get a former drug sniffing dog, for a couple of reasons. The one is because, I could walk the dog through some poor areas, and maybe it alerts to some cars where I can, get some stuff. No, I'm joking. Unethical life hack: get yourself a drug sniffing dog and take it around some bad areas. Maybe you can find some drugs. I knew a guy who was a Marine, and he had a dog. He was a canine unit, but his dog was a bomb sniffing dog. Are you coming up here now too? I believe Conspiracy Kitty is going to make an appearance. Come on. There he is. There he comes. Conspiracy Kitty. I know. Kitty can't get more love than you. You're jealous. But yeah, so he had a bomb sniffing dog, and this was back when I was stationed at Quantico. He was walking, if you're familiar with Quantico, he was walking through the movie theater parking lot, and his dog, a bomb sniffing dog, alerted. And this was probably like 2004, 2005. So like DC Sniper
had just happened or was happening. The 9/11 had happened. So everyone was like really worried. So he calls it in. They bring in EOD, all the stuff. It turns out it was a Marine's car, and he had just come home from South Carolina, and he had fireworks in the trunk of his car. And I was talking with this guy. I'm like, at least you know your dog is very well trained. Like the training works. And he's like, oh, dude. He's like, but the moment that dog alerted, I was like, oh, crap. And he's like, I got on the horn. We bought all those people out. Between Medford and Grants Pass. Okay, very nice. Lots of people from Oregon. Wilmette Valley between Eugene and Salem. I gotta get up to Oregon. I've never been to Oregon. And we have a town in Ohio, but we call it Oregon. We don't call it Oregon like you guys. But, well, definitely check out my service dog harassment playlist. I've got several times where I've been harassed in there. I also have some good information in there. And if there's something you think I should add to it, you see someone's videos, I can add other people's videos into my playlist. So let me know. Because, yeah, I'll throw it in there. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. We're getting kind of late here. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Go to veterannationfoundation.com. Buy some of our merchandise. You support our channel. I will be doing another chop on the Attorney General letter, and maybe we'll get that out this week. But you all have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.